Cristiano Ronaldo has gone mad. Manchester United has set its sights on Rodrigo. Coaching revolution at Real Madrid. All of this and more in today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome to our roundup of the top football news. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. If you've already subscribed, let's get started. Al-Nassr lost to Kawasaki Frontale 2-3 in the AFC Champions League semi-final, ending their journey in the tournament. Despite having 73% possession, Al-Nassr failed to capitalize on their chances. The most dramatic moment occurred in the 90+6th minute. Cristiano Ronaldo had a chance to take the game to extra time, but his shot was inaccurate and the ball went wide of the goal. This became the decisive mistake that officially meant Al-Nassr's elimination from the tournament. After the final whistle, Ronaldo stood in the center of the field for a long time, talking to himself. He probably couldn't believe his fatal miss. Sometimes a dream has to wait. Proud of this team and everything we gave on the field. Thank you to all the fans who believed in us and supported us every step of the way. Your support means everything to us, said Ronaldo. Rodrigo goes may change clubs this summer. The winger of Real Madrid intends to leave the Spanish team, and several clubs are closely monitoring his situation, including Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and even teams from Saudi Arabia. United considers Rodrigo one of their main transfer targets and is preparing an ambitious attempt to sign the Brazilian. The Red Devils are ready to offer over 100 million euros, as well as significantly increase the 24-year-old footballer's salary, which would make the winger one of the highest-paid players in the Premier League. Real Madrid has already announced that they may consider selling Rodrigo if they receive a financially beneficial offer to use these funds to strengthen other positions. Despite the active rumors, the player himself has only one reason to stay at Real Madrid: if the new head coach of the team counts on him. If this does not happen, then he is open to changing clubs. Manchester United aims to strengthen their attack after a disappointing season. Rodrigo stands out for his versatility, goal-scoring ability, and experience playing at the highest level, making him an ideal option for reviving the attacking potential of the Red Devils. Carlo Ancelotti refused to head the Brazilian national team despite lengthy negotiations, all because the Italian specialist did not agree with Real Madrid on the terms of his departure. Agents planned to sign a contract on April 29th in Madrid, but the 65-year-old coach personally contacted the president of the Brazilian Football Federation to thank him for the interest in his candidacy and inform him that he would not accept the offer. The key reason was his willingness to work only from August, while the Brazilians were counting on him as early as June. Real Madrid did not agree to the early departure of the coach and wants Ancelotti to remain in his position at least until the Club World Cup, which will be held from June 15th to July 13th in the USA. At the same time, the coach received a lucrative offer from Saudi Arabia in the amount of 50 million euros per season, and there is interest from Al Hilal. However, his contract with Real Madrid remains a problem. The Madrid club does not want to pay him 25 million euros for the 2025-26 season in case of departure. Obviously, Florentino Pérez wants to dismiss Ancelotti after the end of this season, but wants to do so without financial losses. Thus, despite long-standing rumors and likely agreements with the Brazilian national team, Ancelotti remains at Real Madrid for now, although his future looks extremely unpredictable. The situation is quite tense. Ancelotti already wants to leave Real Madrid and is contractually entitled to compensation, but Pérez does not want to pay it. In turn, Xavi Alonso, who is most likely to become the head coach of Real Madrid next season, is already actively planning the Madrid club's transfer campaign. According to AS, he insists on signing two players, Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen and Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. Zubimendi has a release clause of 60 million euros, which makes his transfer more predictable. But the situation with Wirtz is more complicated. His contract does not have a release clause, so Bayer Leverkusen may ask for around 100 million euros for him. However, Real Madrid is not the only contender for Wirtz. Bayern Munich, which has held many meetings and phone conversations with the player's family, feels that he wants to join them this summer, reports Florian Plettenberg. Despite the absence of an official agreement, contract details will not be an obstacle. Salary of 20 to 25 million euros per year, a 5-year contract. However, negotiations between the clubs have not yet begun, and Wirtz himself has not informed Bayer Leverkusen of his decision. Manchester Manchester City is also a competitor, considering Wirtz as a potential replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. Bayern Munich, for its part, continues to work on the deal behind closed doors, and everything is still possible. In addition, Alonso would like to see Jonathan Tah, the central defender of Bayer Leverkusen, in Real Madrid's squad. He already has a preliminary agreement with Barcelona, but the Catalan club's financial difficulties may complicate his transfer. This opens an opportunity for Real Madrid to intervene in the situation and try to sign the player. If Alonso officially takes charge of Real Madrid, these transfers could become part of his plan to rebuild the team. But difficult negotiations lie ahead, as the competition for Wirtz is high, and Real Madrid will have to make significant efforts to convince Bayer Leverkusen and the player himself. We await further developments. Bayer Leverkusen itself is gradually preparing for the departure of Xabi Alonso. The club's management has already resigned itself to the fact that the Spanish coach may leave the team and is actively looking for a replacement for him. According to Kicker, the main candidates for the head coach position are Erik ten Hag and Xavi. Ten Hag has a certain advantage as he speaks German, which could facilitate his adaptation in the Bundesliga. However, he is also linked with Bayern Munich, which is looking for a new coach. Xavi has already been contacted regarding the possibility of working outside of Spain, and he has not given a negative answer. Both coaches suit Bayer Leverkusen due to the playing style they instilled in their teams and could continue Alonso's successful work. Recall that Ten Hag managed Manchester United from 2022 to 2024 and achieved incredible success, triumphing in the League Cup and the FA Cup. Rodri, the defensive midfielder of Manchester City and Ballon d'Or winner, has returned to full training after a long recovery. The Spanish midfielder suffered a serious ACL injury back on September 25th in a Premier League match against Arsenal, which forced him to miss most of the season. After several months of rehabilitation, Rodri began individual training on March 1st and has now finally joined the general group. Although the timing of his return to the field remains uncertain, it is unlikely that Pep Guardiola will risk fielding him in official matches before the Club World Cup. This is great news for City, as Rodri is a key figure in the centre of the field, and his return could significantly strengthen the team before important matches. His ability to control the game, distribute passes, and provide stability in midfield makes him indispensable for the citizens. Continuing on the topic of injuries, there is very bad news for Real Madrid, as Antonio Rüdiger may end his career right after the end of this season. The central defender of Real Madrid has spent the season battling serious health problems. All year, he has suffered from primary osteoarthritis, a degenerative joint disease that gradually destroys cartilage and can affect his career. Los Blancos knew about his chronic pain, and that is why he often played with a large bandage on his left knee. However, in the Spanish Cup final, Rüdiger suffered a serious injury that has sidelined him for the rest of the season. Due to the progression of the disease, there is a risk that he will be forced to end his career at the age of 32. Osteoarthritis is one of the most dangerous diseases for professional athletes, as constant physical exertion and micro-traumas can significantly accelerate its development. Symptoms include pain, stiffness, and gradual loss of joint functionality. For a footballer of this level, this is a huge challenge, as any deterioration can make a further career impossible. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Keep watching for more football action and have a wonderful day.